We're going to spend some more time looking at Antar Mouna, the inner silence. So we're learning about how the mind, the thoughts work. The mind's always thinking. What we're aiming to do is to notice what's going on with the mind. As I said to you earlier, thoughts are images that get created through feeling emotions, and the senses stimulate the thought. One thought leads to another, that leads to another, and so on. We cannot stop thinking. We can't stop thought. But what we can do is become more aware of it and to notice what it is. It's the mind that's doing the thinking, the thoughts, and you learn to observe the thoughts rather than being in the thoughts and engaged with the thoughts. So this is like a training practice, if you will, for that, this Antar Mouna, which then helps us to connect with the inner silence. So it ties in with that, being fully present in the moment and being aware of the moment. I want you to lie in Shavasana. So you have your hips and your shoulders lined up, your legs slightly apart, your arms away from the side of your body. Now, if you find that you actually feel yourself falling asleep and you would prefer to do this in a seated posture, you can do. A lot of meditation teaching will tell us that we have to be seated and upright. That is so that we're not falling asleep, but it's entirely up to you. This is your session. This is for you. This is for what you need. How do you feel? What do you need right now? So if you want to lie in Shavasana, lie in Shavasana. If you want to be seated and make it a meditation practice, be seated and make it a meditation practice. The important thing is that you are comfortable. Now you relax your whole body. You let your body be comfortable in the position that you've chosen. So we do the physical postures, the asanas, to remove the physical discomfort, the tension in the muscles and the joints, so that our body can now be in this position for the relaxation, for the stillness. So we can get the physical body to relax and be still. We have more chance of getting that stillness with the mind. So I want you to just let yourself settle. Take a few deeper breaths. Taking those deeper breaths, following the breath into your body, letting yourself really settle in your body with the out breath, letting yourself let go and release a little bit more. Now I want you to listen to sounds that you can hear. There are always sounds. There's lots of sounds going on throughout the day. I always think this is a quite useful analogy with the mind, and there are thoughts always going on in the mind, but it depends what we give our attention to, what we actually tune into, and which we turn the volume up on, and which we mute or turn the volume down. So I can sit outside in my back garden and I can hear my neighbours chatting, the dogs barking, somebody else cutting the hedge, or I can hear the birds singing. And depending where I actually focus my mind and my attention, that is the one that I will hear more. They're all going at the same time. So what I want you to do here now is to listen to any of the sounds that you can hear and simply visualize what's going on around the sounds. So if you start further away, so listen to any sounds that you can hear from outside of the building that you're in. Perhaps you can hear cars, planes, people doing the garden, children playing, dogs barking, birds singing. And you just visualize what's going on around that sound. So you hear the sound, you notice it, you label it, you're aware of it. You can notice any sensations. It might be that the sound, so that's your sense, may then stimulate a thought, an emotion, a feeling. What we're simply doing is noticing. We're going to bring the attention closer then to sounds from within the building that you're in. You might be able to hear your family moving around. You may be able to hear your neighbors. But again, you're noticing, you're not being distracted, you're not allowing it to disturb you mentally or emotionally, you're just listening. And then it could be you bring your awareness into the room that you're in, and even to your body, that the sounds that your body is making. So you can hear the breath, you can hear the heartbeats. Just spend some time focusing on listening, but not being distracted. Listening and noticing the sounds, what's going on around the sound, but not being distracted by it. And then what you need to do now is to notice your thoughts. Notice the thoughts that are coming and going. Let your mind have complete free control. Just free, totally let it freewheel. Just notice what's going on. And let yourself have the space for good thoughts and bad thoughts without being attached to either of them. Just letting any thought come in that wants to come in, just letting your mind completely freewheel and think what it wants to think. So you're just watching and observing thoughts coming and going. Now I want you to deliberately, consciously create thought. So you create a thought that you want to think. Hold on to it for a while and then get rid of it when you're ready to get rid of it. Consciously create the thought, hold it, choose when to let it go. Create a thought, hold it, choose when to let it go. Now I want you to watch thoughts that come in and choose to get rid of them when you're ready. So just let any thought in, but get rid of it when you're ready. Avoid holding on to the thoughts because you like it. Just let any thought in, get rid of it when you're ready. And then let the next thought, whatever it is, come in, get rid of it when you're ready. So watch the thought as it occurs, choose when to get rid of it. Let the thought in, whatever it is, get rid of it when you're ready. And now I want you to just be aware of your inner space, your inner silence. And as thoughts come, keep letting them go. It's time to let yourself rest and be still in your inner silence. Just be. So Silence, rest. So this isn't it's not the absence of sound or thought. There's always going to be a sound. There's always going to be a thought. But this inner stillness is it's a really blissful feeling. It's when fear and the ego has lost its voice, and you're not following any thought. You're not arguing with yourself. It's a simple acceptance just of everything right now. Just trusting that everything is right as it should be right now. We've stopped, we've rested, we've relaxed, and we're just letting ourselves be in silence, being fully present. The body's breathing, there's nothing we have to do, there's nothing we have to control. If thoughts come, just keep letting them go. You're not consciously creating a thought, you're not consciously following a thought, just allowing yourself to rest in your own silence. And it may be that in this silence, your inner voice, inner wise knowing, speaks to you, but you've created the space and the stillness to be able to hear it. And bring awareness to how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. As you begin to think about getting ready to disturb yourself, so you become aware of the sounds that you can hear, putting more attention, so turning your focus of your mind to the sounds, tuning into those sounds to bring you from your inner world back to the outer world, listening to the sounds, beginning to breathe a little more deeply, being aware of your connection with the floor, whether you are seated or lying. Perhaps taking a stretch if you want to take your arms overhead, give yourself a stretch out. Listen to your body. Gradually disturb your physical body in your own time, in your own way. Before you open your eyes, you could, if you want to, rub your hands together, get your palms nice and warm, and then place your warm palms over your eyes to warm your eyes before you open your eyes. So you're bringing back that sense of sight. So to go into our stillness and our quietness, we thought of pratyahara, withdrawal from the senses, withdrawing inwards. Now we're coming the opposite way. So we're becoming aware of what we can hear, what we can see, what we can feel. And if you're lying down, you're going to want to roll onto your side and curl up on your side for a few breaths. When you're ready to sit up, you can put your hands on the floor and push yourself up to sitting. Just take your time, bring yourself gradually back to the outside world.